Hi everyone. Hi. I just wanted to do this recording for whoever it is that needs to hear this message and needs to have this reminder, because I just feel like there's a motion, and those of you that are in this motion will inner over and understand this message. Now, it could be that you're going through something that's quite challenging. It could be that you're taking a leap of faith. You're stepping into something that is it's deeply cherished, but it's brand new, right? And the message is this: you may be in this moment right now and you may have a dream or a vision of a future version of yourself, whether you could be anything. You could be someone that wants to be famous. You could be somebody who wants to do something that you can't necessarily fully see it right now. I'm leaving this message so that you know that whatever it is you spark in yourself right now, even if it's a thought, or even if you're writing it down, or you're manifesting it by speaking into existence, whatever it is, just know that that spark and that sprout is just as valuable, if not more so, than the outcome, right? When you're finally there, when you're finally in that space that you want to be in, that you are creating for yourself. Remember, as the creators of our own worlds and of our own universe, we are calling things in all the time. God's not asleep. You know, your team that's working with you, they're not asleep. They're already working on several segments of the outcome. They've needed you to be sure. You know, they need us to know that we are certain about what we want, but we're not also rigid about how it comes. We're not also trying to control all of the elements of the way that we create. We are also, we're exactly where we're supposed to be in our own lives, whether we choose to acknowledge it or not. We are responsible and accountable for what we're creating as we exist in each moment. That's why it's important to be in each moment and be the greatest version of yourself, knowing that the greatest is yet to come. The best is yet to come. What happens if you start to look at your life and experience your life from a perspective of, okay, this experience right now is happening so that I can get to the greatest version of me, or be in the shoes of the future self. I'm going to give you this as another little bit of wisdom here. I've had so many different experiences in my life where I can honestly say sometimes I've made bad decisions. Sometimes things have happened and they've not worked out the way that I would have liked them to work out. But what I do know is from every single one of those experiences, it's empowered me to be who I am today. And I'm so incredibly grateful for that, because there were times where I would have been shy, or I would have held back what it is that I want to say or what it is I want to experience. And it's only from coming through those experiences that I now have more, I want to say bravery, I suppose, you know, to really just be honest with myself and be honest in each experience. And it's only from those things, and this is how we gain our wisdom, you know, it's come from a lot of different trials and tribulations, which we all go through. And it's actually normal to go through things that, you know, are not perfect, are not always wonderful, but you learn from them and you grow from them. And do you do it again? No. Most of us, when we're little, when we're kiddywinksies, we learn about how, you know, don't touch fire, it's hot, you know, burns your fingers. You learn about coldness, you know, ice sticking to your fingers and such like. And that's just a different example of how we continue to develop with those same foundations of this is this and this is that, you know. I think sometimes we get to a point where we forget to check in on ourselves and really appreciate ourselves and really allow ourselves to nurture who we've become from the foundation that we started with. And I think that what draws me to leave this recording is that sometimes most of the time actually, we overcomplicate it to a point where we suffocate ourselves. And then when we look out into society is even more complicated, which makes us retreat even more into our shell, when all we really, really need to do is exist as who we are. And that takes bravery, that takes courage, because not everyone's going to always like who you are. And that's the whole point. Not everyone's supposed to. You're supposed to like who you are. You're supposed to love who you are. You're supposed to be able to live with yourself, you know, first of all, anyway, before you start incorporating all of the people and things. So I hope that this recording has got you to start to think about, especially if you're beating yourself up or being hard on yourself, man. Listen, we're here to experience, and whether it's from a good place or from a place where you're still growing, know that you're still growing. You still growing is still a wonderful, beautiful, amazing thing. There are multiple, it's even painful to think about how many millions and millions of people that are so anxious, so depressed, so scared to be who they really are, so scared to look at themselves in the mirror and to go outside even. Don't take any of it for granted. You know, it's really on my heart I really want to help to empower people to become better and to choose better for themselves by choosing themselves. I'm gonna arrive here authentically because ain't nobody else gonna do me the way I do me, because I'm supposed to do me the way I'm doing it. But you get the point. Like, I don't know, man. I was starting to go off this poetry. Bit of poetry was starting to come out there. But you know, I just think that it's so interesting. Don't just allow one person's take to always be the take that you always follow of life. You know, discover you. Allow yourself to embrace all the that segment just a second ago. I mean, that's my quirky side. I'm quirky. I've got lots of wisdom, and I'm very, very educated in the way that I articulate things. But I also have a goofy side, and sometimes you just want to play and be silly, okay? But at the same time, it's like that's something, even for me, I allow myself to no longer just be strictly, right, it's always, you know, serious, you know what I mean? But sometimes that's how it just bees like that. Sometimes it's just like that, you know. We don't have to confine ourselves to who we've always been to exist as who we are right now. So I hope you enjoyed this recording, and I will speak to you soon. Take care of yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. Be gentle with you. There's only one you, man. There's only one you. Unless you're a twin, which don't really count, or a triplet. But anyway, fun fact, I always wanted to be a twin. I always wanted there to be two of me. I don't know, it's just a thing. My mum just looked petrified when I asked her. You sure? You sure you're not out there adopted somewhere, you know? Anyway, this is going on a little bit. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to speak to you all soon. Okay? Take care of yourselves. Lots of love. Bye.